Welcome back to another complete crypto guide video. Today's topic is going to be about private sales, pre-sales, and ICOs, and the dark secret that you need to know that people don't want you to know. Now, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with what a pre-sale is, what a private sale is, what an ICO is, if you guys don't know what an ICO is, it's an initial coin offering. And in this video, I'm just going to be simplifying the dark secrets and the dark truth behind it that people in crypto probably don't want you to know, but I'm going to tell you because I've been in this space long enough to know the truth behind it. So before any crypto gets on the market, especially in today's mainstream media and today's age, similarly to NFTs as well, we'll also talk about NFTs unfortunately down the line. I'm not personally a fan of NFTs, but I will. My job is to educate and inform, so I will educate and inform you throughout the period of time about NFTs as well. So pre-sales, initial coin offering, and private sales, and pretty much inside trading, and how does it work? So before a crypto comes out, any of these cryptos come out, many years ago, some of these cryptos came out, but before they did, they had an initial coin offering, they had a private sell, they have a pre-sale, and all these different words that people try to use instead of what it really is. Now, it's not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. So obviously, before you start off any company, you have to have some investors to help you out, unless you already have the financial backing to do so. And a lot of these companies, what they do is they reach out to these investors and say, hey, we have all this marketing, we have all this money, we have all this opportunity for you to get in on, but we need you to give us your money. And in return, we will give you the tokens before it releases to the actual public market so you can sell first. Now, this is one of the main reasons and incentives why people like getting into pre-sales. But the dark truth behind pre-sales, because before a pre-sale happens, there are already people behind that pre-sale who have more tokens than you can ever imagine diversified. And we will go and explain how this stuff works. And today's example, we'll use ApeCoin. Now, before ApeCoin came out, and you'll also notice that some of the biggest insider trading and the biggest private sales that happen are usually on the Ethereum blockchain, ERC20 network. And you can always go through the Explorer, and we will have a whole different video explaining how Explorers work and how to read it. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how this works. So we would go and click the Explorers, and we would go to see all these wallets and addresses. And again, I will have a whole separate video about how this works, but so I know that a lot of you guys are probably new, so you probably not be able to follow along too easily, but I'll try to simplify it. So we go to the Explore page, which pretty much shows us all the activity on the actual wallet. So we can see that ApeCoin is on the ERC20 network, and here are the biggest holders of ApeCoin. So if you look at it, you can see that Binance, the public tag for Binance, is the biggest holding for ApeCoin. So we can see that they own a 2.5591% share of all ApeCoin tokens. And keep in mind, there's 1 billion max total supply of ApeCoin tokens. Now, there are also these other individuals here who obviously it looks anonymous, but if you ever know any of these guys and their actual addresses, you can always figure it out. Now, what you don't see and what people don't want you to know is that, well, look at all these numbers. 37.35 million, 37.35 million. These are the estimated value of all these tokens that have not been touched, have not been sold, and they're just on all these tokens, right? The dark truth behind it is that before you guys, ApeCoin scenario is a little different because it has to do with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they have a different way and technique and strategy on how they release their tokens. So this might not be the 100% way to explain it to you. But I'm just giving you a hypothetical scenario that if I was the founder of ApeCoin, I would go and and I opened up my own token. I would have all these investors who I said, hey, look, I'm giving you 5 million ApeCoin tokens of my 1 billion supply. And 5 million tokens is nothing comparative to the actual 1 billion total supply. So all these guys were like, hey, we'll give you an X amount of money, but in return, we'll give you an X amount of tokens, a flat rate, which is 5 million. So all these guys are investors who have ApeCoin tokens. Now, they probably nowhere near invested 37.35 million. Look at all these people. All these guys, the first top 100 tokens are just people holding ApeCoin tokens who have not been sold. Now, again, I know that the way it worked was airdrops, and ApeCoin is different scenario, so don't hold me 100% accountable on the way I'm explaining it. But let's just say the token's not ApeCoin, right? Let's just say it's something else. This would still be valid statement to explain to you guys. So private sales and pre-sales, it's very, I don't want to say the word scummy. I'm just not going to say it's not the most authentic way and transparent way to get stuff going. So I have let's say I want to make a crypto. I'll use myself as a scenario. I want to make my own crypto one day. I tell my friends and all my individuals, around me, and I tell them, hey guys, I'm making a cryptocurrency, but I need some backing. If you all give me $10,000 right now, right, to give me, so I can run up some marketing, so I can run up some social media ads and exposure and get myself going and some connections and people that talk about it on YouTube and Twitter. When the token releases and it's a public sale and it goes on exchanges, I will give you guys a token so you guys can release them and sell them on the market and essentially dump them, right? So my friends who invested $10,000 are like, oh, you know what? We trust Raffay. We trust the crypto network. We're going to go invest $10,000 and forget about it because $10K for us might not be nothing for them. Some people might not be it might be not worth anything. $10K is very little to some people, but $10K could all be worth a lot. So depending on who I contact, everyone has a different scenario. So I get about 50 people to give me $10,000, right? So now I have 50 people all giving me $10,000. I have X amount of money, and I use that to run and get all the engagement for this crypto. Now, I go and tell all of the other public people, I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing a pre-sale, right? So before there's an actual public pre-sale, there's already something going on behind the doors that they don't want you to know about, right? So now the pre-sale guys are like, oh snap, this is a public pre-sale. Let me get in, right? But the dark truth behind it all is when you have your pre-sale tokens and then you get your ICO tokens released to you, well, the people I have behind me are about to dump on you when you think that you're about to make money. So most pre-sales in the beginning shoot up, but they're inevitably going to go down because most of these companies have people backing them behind the scene who are like, yo, fuck that, like $10,000. I want to, and now all my tokens are worth like 100,000. Why would I not sell? So the dark truth behind these pre-sales and ICOs and in private sale investing is that they are always one step ahead of you before you think you are one step ahead of somebody else. So you might think that you're one step ahead of all these people who are going to buy the public sale tokens, right? But the people behind you are one step ahead of you because there's a lot of dirty stuff going on behind the scene that nobody talks about. Similarly, if we go back in time and look at Shiba, again, and what I say, most of these tokens, you go look at it, I always click the wrong Shiba every time, every video. Shiba Inu. If you go look at Shiba Inu, you'll see it's also on the ERC20. It's also on the ERC20 network. And do you guys know why it's usually all in the ERC20? Because it's the most efficient way to get things listed on exchanges fast, right? If you ever see a token that's coming out, an ICO, a big ICO, and it's on the ERC20 network, they're more than likely going to have some big connections down the line because any big project's always on the ERC20 network because it's a good way for exchanges to get fees. It's a good way for the actual Ethereum network to drive fees. It's just a good way to make more money off the investors. And it's sad truth, it's dark truth, but that's how it is, unfortunately. So you go look at Shiba Inu. Before people were talking about Shiba Inu, why did there was a time where Shiba Inu, where you go on the App Store, it was like buy Shiba on every single exchange. And all these exchanges had a lot of the Shiba Inu tokens. So obviously, exchanges got to make some money, so they might be dumping some of their backs too. But again, none of this is financial advice. This is just coming from my experience. So these are the dark truths about investing, pre-sale, private sales, ICOs, and all these things. Yes, you can make money, but when you think you're making money, somebody else is going to use you to make money off of you. And there's always something scummy going on behind the scenes that they like to cover up. If you really think about it, if every single person in the world knew how to work a blockchain and how to read a blockchain, less scams would be happening and less people would be taken advantage of. Because look, you have 37.35 million and there's 100 wallets here who can just sell if they ever want to when they get the tokens. But people don't know that. People aren't aware of that. Not everybody has the resources to figure it out. So yeah, that's the dark truth about how private sales and pre-sales and ICOs, initial coin offerings work. And again, stay one step ahead. Be sure to like and comment. Make sure you join the Discord. And if you ever want to support me further, I do weekly Q&As with my VIP club. You guys can always join the description below. It's $40 a month, $400 one time, which again, will not be here forever. So take advantage of it if you would like to support me long term. And if you buy it lifetime, you're in there forever. So I've been doing this for 2 years now. The Crypto Network has almost been here for 2 years, and I'm very proud of the community we've built. And again, I don't do any paid promos. I don't do any under the table shit. I'm very transparent with everything I do. I monetize my hard work, and here I am, free educational course for a complete crypto guide for beginners. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to show your support, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.